Haruki Murakami wrote the following about loneliness. One thing can be said with certainty. As one gets older, one gets lonelier and lonelier. But perhaps that is not a wrong thing. Because in a sense, our life is just one continuous process of adjusting to loneliness. A reader sent the following email to Haruki Murakami. I don't know why I am always lonely even if I have a girlfriend I am dating. Even if I have a girlfriend or a wife, I feel that men are always basically men without women. Often, I am not sure where I am connected, or to whom. A man always has a kind of premonition of loneliness, as if he might be thrown out into the night sea alone at any moment. Or rather, that is how I feel. A reader asked a question about him. You don't seem to have any siblings. Is there a connection between being an only child and liking solitary work? I think there definitely is. I am used to being alone. And I enjoy being alone. I am not very good at doing things with other people. I have been married for 37 years, so I am not completely alone. However, my natural disposition is something that never changes. His hobby of running marathons seems to be a time for him to be alone. One's basic personality does not change so drastically. The desire to be alone has always existed in me. So, running for an hour a day and setting aside a moment of silence for myself there became an important part of my mental health work. However, he seems to have a dilemma. As a novelist, he has to actively engage with people. It is true that when I was young, I tried not to get too deeply involved in various things in my life. I personally like to create my own personal world and live there quietly, neither disturbing others nor being disturbed by others. However, as a novelist, it is impossible not to be deeply involved with various people and things. This is because I cannot write a novel that truly touches people's hearts if I remain confined to my own world. I need to breathe the air of the outside world as much as I can. On the other hand, in his communication with his readers, he also talks about the necessity of solitude. One cannot truly connect with someone until he or she has passed through a layer of solitude, even if only once. It is important to experience deep solitude while young. By going through that difficult season, you will be able to carve a firm ring of age inside of you. Perhaps what I am trying to make you feel through my novels is such a simulated experience of loneliness. Finally, I would like to share something that Haruki Murakami once jokingly said. Whenever I get lonely in my life, I remember Nana, a female lioness at the Nagano City Zoo. I spent a lot of time in front of her cage. We looked at each other. I thought that it must be very lonely for a lion to be alone in a rural zoo in Japan. It probably wouldn't be culturally compatible. But she has very kind eyes.